Let's take a moment and just be aware of where our body is. Where are our feet? Making sure that our feet are comfortable, either touching the ground or the bed or the surface, and just being. It might be the first time today that we haven't had thoughts about where we need to be. The feet can just be still. Imagine the stillness of a color that resonates most with you, coming through our body, our calves, our thighs, up the torso, all the way up to the top of your head. And imagine this color as energetic roots reaching down to the earth and grounding to the center of the earth. Take a deep breath in, just allowing ourselves to be one with the earth and held safe and secure by Mother Earth. The next breath, imagine this colored light connecting you to Source. Source shining a light that resonates most with you through your crown, through your other chakras, all the way down to your root, and bouncing off the earth and creating a circle of protection around you. So we have Mother Earth's protection and Source's protection up above. And I'd like for us to imagine going to a natural space. Today we're going to try and either go to our safe space, our sanctuary, either create it anew or shift, or, if this is the first time you've created that safe space for yourself, it's within our hearts. And it's going to be full of all the things that are special to us. Some people imagine a place to sit with a cozy fire. For some people, it's out in the open in nature. Maybe a mossy chair or a hammock. Maybe even one of those outdoor, indoor kind of porch situations where you're on your porch, but nature is a big, beautiful part of the landscape. So imagine what your sanctuary in your heart. There's a lot going on in the world right now. A lot of feelings that are coming and going for people. And it's important to have our own place to go within ourselves and feel safe. So just take a few minutes to imagine what that space would look like. Would you have a cup of tea? Would you have fresh water? And it's just your space. It's where you go to feel safe, emotionally, spiritually. Are there photos on the walls of your spirit guides, of your ancestors? Maybe photos of living friends who are supportive and that you connect with in real life. Just observe and know that you can keep working on this space whenever you visit. Today I want to talk about when we come to this space, how do we prepare ourselves to be in this space? So some places in the United States, I don't know if anywhere else, some homes have a mud room or a special room where you take off your boots or you put your purse at the end of the day. If you have children, the children's backpacks go in there. But that's where you take off your coat. You kind of shed the day, let go of the day in that space. So we're going to do some imagining about letting go and clearing the space for what's next. So let's imagine we're on our way to our sanctuary, but before we step in, there's so much of the world that we can leave behind. So you can imagine, the mudroom, that special space, the cabinet, hang up your coat, put your purse away, the children might have something to do and they're taken care of, but this is your space. This is your space only. So whatever you need to put down, examine the day. And sometimes we don't know what we have to put down. Maybe it's just a feeling. Sometimes I picture the words as blocks, like fear, and I'll put that in a special shelf. Sometimes I imagine an image of the day, a picture, and put that on a shelf. Sometimes if the day was especially bad, I could imagine a backpack and put the whole backpack down. I don't even look at it inside. But imagine what you'd want in that bedroom, in that cleansing space. Would you have candles? Would you have lavender spray? Would you have incense? And what if there was like a sacred shower in that space? What if you could just go into that space? Some people wash off their boots in a mudroom. What if you could energetically just wash off the day? You took a few minutes, sat on a bench, and just asked yourself, what can I let go of? It could be a feeling, a thought, or just a color. Take it in your hand and set it aside, because this is your time to go into your sacred sanctuary space. Take a few minutes and think, what can I let go of at this time? So when I go into my sacred space, I am free to just be. I invite you to imagine what that feels like. Maybe there's some release, maybe there's some tears, and that's okay. Maybe there's some anger, and that's okay. Whatever you feel or don't feel, maybe even numbness, whatever is there is exactly what you feel and is valid. So just imagine that energetic shower, it could have been a real shower with water, or a color wash of energy. Just imagine that, taking with it any energy that does not serve you and just releasing it down the drain back to Mother Earth for recycling. Watch it go down the drain and feel your heart get lighter and lighter and lighter with every breath. And now you step out of that sacred mudroom space, more cleansed than when you walked in, and you take a seat in your sacred space that is in your heart. Just be in that space and enjoy and absorb what there is to enjoy and absorb there. We'll give you a minute to be in this space in silence. Knowing that you can always come back to this beautiful sanctuary space. Knowing that, go ahead and go back into the mudroom. Thanking the space for any messages that may have come through. Any feelings that have shifted or not shifted. Just thanking the space in our hearts that we're creating. knowing we can add more furniture, more pictures, more encounters with our spirit guides. Just thanking the space. And then sitting on that bench in the mudroom. Imagine those energetic roots that were within Mama Gaia, bringing that magic and that security and that safety with it as they grow back into your tailbone. Now imagine the energy from Source, thanking Source, allowing it to shrink back into us, into our crown's faith, allowing that protective bubble to come back within us. We hold that power, that protection within us now. It's just, folded up within our hearts. And now we can reflect, writing your journal for anything that came through. A suggestion, an offering is to expand on what that sanctuary room was like, or any messages that came through for you, or whatever you need to say, whatever you felt. Everything is, you're a sovereign being, and your experience is your experience and is valid.